Hello everyone. Sorry to start this in a roundabout fashion, but I hadn't thought of it before now, and I've been extremely stressed lately because of family problems and the likes. But this is my next journal that I'm making, and I've actually made the cover. And at the moment, what you're seeing, I'm just gluing in the panels for the inside of the journal. So this is going to be a bee journal, and it's going to be hopefully purple and orange and yellows colors that are complementary on the color scale to each other. So I've formally measured these panels, and I'm just getting these little bits. I've already pasted one in with some glue, and I've cut the others. So I'm going to glue these in, and then we'll go from there. So you can see here on the back cover that I've got the lace paneling cut, and it's been glued down. So the cover, where you can see the panels, the bee panels in blue and orange there now, that is actually made with three 12 by 12 pieces of cardstock that I started with, because I wasn't sure what I was going to actually do. I'm just so in how is it, it's hard to explain. I like to make things that are different, and I like to think outside the box, and that's why I named my new Etsy site Creative Journaling for You, because if you want something different, you will find it in my store. And yeah, that's the way things go. So yeah, I got the stiffness there with the three panels of 12 by 12 cardstock. It doesn't matter what color they are, but the outside one, it's probably better that it's a neutral color, because I actually put a neutral floral fabric on the outside, and I trimmed it to the edges of the outside of the journal. Now the other part of the journal that's been joined on was one piece of 12 by 12 cardstock and two, or I used one manila folder with folded and cut the panel and glued them together to make the flip for the journal on the other side. So that's why you see the cream color there. That is actually the manila folder. Then I covered it with the lace paneling. The lace paneling actually came from Lifeline, which is our thrift store. It's reused items, and the money goes towards charity here in Australia. If you're not Australian, that's what we do here. So I'm just gluing down this this panel here, and this glue is quite sticky, and that goes all the way underneath there, and I will explain later in the next video how I actually made these pages. I do try to, with hand gestures and papers and everything here, but it's not explanatory, so just telling you what I'm doing here. Now this is the last panel to cover where the manila folder is and over the lace. So I'm going to glue that down at the moment. And that which I'm pointing out, you can see where there's a seam, and that is where there is a fold. So I'm going to be placing that there, and it is only actually going to overlap. And this is a good quality glue. It's not a dollar store glue. It's just a good quality glue. I just get it from our local store, Lincraft or Spotlight here in Australia, Queensland, where I am. And it's very secure, the glue. Because not everybody has a sewing machine, and the way that I started out, I had a sewing machine, but I didn't dare sew paper on it. But then I thought, I can't really sew material very well, so I'll have a go with the paper. So yeah, that's how that worked out. So now I'll just set that down, make sure that it's lined up properly. And now you can see the inside panels look really, really good, and it really shows up that lovely lace and that. Right, okay, so there we go. Now these two lavender panels here are attached to just make an extended page where I needed something else. So that folds down there, and that one can fold in there, or it can fold over the top. Now all these pages here, these were made with large index cards which have been folded. There's some pockets there. Of course, they were made with green ones, so I have some green showing, but nevertheless. And then I made the panels. Now this one here, it's a little bit lopsided on there, but if I add some lace on there, you won't notice that. So there we go. So we've got the panel inserts on there, and all the outside where the panels cover, I've coloured that in with purple ink. Now these index cards, I really can't quite remember how I did them, but they are just shuffled around lengthways. I'll just close this up, and that way I'll have a bit of space to work on, and I'll just show you. And that's how it closes up at the moment. Okay, right, so that's how it looks front and back, the edges. Okay, now roughly this is what I did, but like I said, I can't quite remember exactly what I did, but I do know that the panels overlapped. They didn't all go lengthways, some went crossways like this, and as you can see, they weren't going to, and I didn't really want them to be all done with pamphlet stitched down the middle. I just wanted to do something different. So yeah, my crazy mind, I did do something different. So this is what I come up with. And this is the center. So I only have like that stapled, about 8 pieces, maybe more, I'm not sure. I just halved them, stapled them together so that they were just held together while I got the wax thread and sewed them together in the center, crossways, like a kite. It looks a bit diamond-like, kite-like, and then just tied the threads off in the middle. So that's how I did that. And then with the extended page, I can just fold that over, and it's just glued underneath that there. and I just made a crease there so that it folds within the boundary of where the book closes. And it doesn't matter that the page folds out over that way when you've got it extended. And this one here, it's also been just glued on as an extension page, and that is the other side, the boundary of the other fold inside the journal. So as long as you do that, as long as you remember that when you're making something,